So I'm sat in an optician's chair in the little room where they do the examinations, but this is a very different situation. Firstly, because this is a brand new optician's chair in Sukhi Eyes on Regent Street. And secondly, I'm speaking to Sukhi Chima herself, who's going to tell us a little bit about her story and how she came to open up here and how's it all going. So firstly, Sukhi, welcome to Life in Lem.
Hello there, Tim. Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
So Sukhi, opening a clinical practice in a high street in a quite an expensive town, that's a really bold thing to do. Are you inspired or are you just a little bit mad?
I think, Tim, I'm a bit of both. So I'm definitely inspired because this is home to me. I'm born and bred in Warwick and spent most of my life here in Leamington. This is my community, in other words. I'm mad for setting up a retail shop, I think, because as you're right, Leamington is very expensive, but I'm also very passionate about eye care. I feel that this is such a valued area to be involved in, and I'm hoping people think the same. But this is an absolutely new venture.
And so you've called the practice Sukhi Eyes. I can see that's about you putting your personal reputation behind it and that personal connection. But is there more to that?
So actually, there's much more to it. I was trying to divert this being very personal to me, but actually it's ended up as Sukhi Eyes. Sukhi itself, it means happiness, it means contentment, and for me that is exactly what my ethos is. It's about getting happy, content, satisfied eyes. And if that means coming in for the eye examination and learning a lot more, or if it means coming out with the best frames you've ever had or the best vision you've ever had, that is part of our ethos.
Of course, you'd worked as a member of the Charnley's team for many years, but opening a new practice of your own, was that something that had always been an ambition of yours? Was it since you were doing your apprenticeships, you said, one day I'm going to have my own practice? Or was there suddenly a bolt out of the blue that said, you know what, I think I could?
I do think I always wanted to own a practice. So for me, it was always about giving care long term. So it's about cultivating patients, seeing them through their lives, seeing their family. It wasn't just seeing them once. So that's something that Charnley's absolutely offered. And there was really no need for me to want to start up on my own. So when things kind of started to change, I felt my vision was to bring that care and that independence back to Leamington.
And what was the moment when you decided, yes, I'm going to press the button, I'm going to do this?
I don't know if there was just one moment. I think there were many moments for many years. Me then working for locuming, there were certain things I loved, there were certain things I didn't love so much. So that is actually where I really fully woke up to the fact that could I potentially offer something very different? Could I offer something that is part of what I feel eye care should be about? Then it was just like a spark. We literally found a practice or a premises, and from that, everything just seemed to roll really very quickly.
So you mentioned that you wanted to be able to deliver something that really was true to your principles about how you want to deliver a service.
So I think one of the key things for me is building relationships. So I think eye care is such a vital part of our whole life, our well-being. And I think it can be very much ignored until there are problems. But actually the reality is it should start very early. To protect our eyes or have generally good eye care for the future, we should be working towards it. So for me, it is starting and building that relationship where I can give you very personalised care. So when I know your kind of likes and dislikes, what you do in terms of your life, I can then shift my plan to suit you rather than the other way around. So it could be a youngster who is really worried about maybe going into their first pair of glasses. I want you to feel quite entrusted that we're here to, take the anxiety away of coming in for your first eye test. It may be somebody who has had eye tests forever and ever and has an anxiety about coming in for their eyes. Them understanding, again, you are here and you're in a trusted place to be looked after. It also might be, and we've had certainly patients who don't want to wear glasses, for example, who have feared wearing glasses because of just what they've had, or they have been worried about how they would look. Now, to be proud to wear glasses and feel like it's a add-on in terms of their look and their feel and what they see.
If you've got someone that knows they need to do something about their eyesight, maybe they've had glasses in the past to wear them now, but aren't particularly comfortable with glasses they're on. Clearly they've got an option, which is, oh yes, I can look at some different glasses, some different frames, maybe some different types of lenses that will help. There's contact lenses, there's laser eye treatments. Could they embark on any of those routes through consultation with yourself?
So actually, Tim, you're completely correct. There's so many avenues. And I think that is the biggest confusion for people. It's knowing what the right thing is for them. And if they want a up-to-date opinion on the kind of right way to go, the kind of balancing act of what is best for them, this is where I want people to come and see me. You will get that balanced approach.
So Sukhi, I want to ask you about your life as an optician on a day-to-day basis. Maybe there's people listening who are curious about this as a career path. It always strikes to me that you spend all day peering down little lenses in pitch darkness at people, and there must be only a certain sort of person that can thrive in that environment.
Absolutely, it does take a particular type of person. And if you're an outdoors person, then this most probably isn't the job for you. If you don't like people, again, this is not the job for you either. There is a lot of reputation with our job. However, it's filled, I feel, with, if you're interested in people, you're interested in finding out more, you're interested in solutions, and I'm always quite excited in terms of who I'm going to see on that day. And it's different. Every single day is different. Who's going to walk through the doors? And every day is a bit of a surprise, especially starting your own practice.
So Sukhi, someone just can't come off the street and decide they want to be an optometrist. What are the sorts of studies and qualifications that you have to go through to be able to practice? And where are you, I guess, continuing your education in that area?
So Tim, in terms of becoming an optometrist, of course, you've got to do your degree in optometry. You've got to be a part of the General Optical Council and qualify in your continuing education every year. It is a continuous education, so things are always changing, things are always evolving. Certainly in my case, I've carried on continuing educating by taking on professional certificates in glaucoma, in medical retina. Currently I'm studying independent prescribing, which will allow me to offer individual eye care in practice rather than having to refer on if we don't need to.
Sukhi, the technology of opticians has changed hugely, hasn't it? When I used to first go for glasses, there'd be a chart on the wall, I'd look through it, they'd go like this or like this, and you'd sort of end up with a prescription. Now there's so much technology. Why is investing in that so important?
So the traditional ways of looking in the eye is using an ophthalmoscope. So I describe that like looking into a room with a torch. So it will shine just where the light will shine, and you will see just where that light is shining. Then you've got a slit of light that does exactly the same, but you're not going to see the whole room. Now with this new types of technology, our advanced eye examination, this gives us a level of vision at the back of the eye that we as practitioners will not be able to do on our own. So you get a panoscopic view at the back of the eye, which, as I said, we literally can't see otherwise. We also do things like OCT scans, which is a 3D almost model of certain areas in your eye. So it's looking beneath the surface of the surface behind the eye. So again, physically, we couldn't see that. Why is that important? Well, that's important because it can find certain diseases before they present to us. So it's looking after the eye. But also, if there is a problem, it allows us to direct that problem to the right specialist. So when you see now an ophthalmologist, it isn't one general ophthalmologist. They are very specific in terms of what they do related to the eye. For example, glaucoma. You want to go to a glaucoma clinic. You have a retinal problem, you want to go to a vitreoretinal clinic. If you haven't done the test beforehand, you could delay then the care that that patient needs.
So if perhaps someone who already wears glasses that goes, you know what, I want to take a fresh look at how I'm going to go forward with my eyesight, if they're interested in coming to see you, what should they do?
So come and look at our website. We've got email, we're on Instagram, there's many ways. Give us a call. We're more than happy for you to just come into the shop on Regent Street and have a look around. There's no hard sale. What we want to do is we want to find the right thing for the right person.
Sukhi, it's very clear that your philosophy is around taking long-term care of your patients, your clients. You've created a fantastic facility here. I really hope you're here for a long time to deliver exactly on that philosophy. Thank you so much for taking part today.